We welcome you to an English lesson. Today, there is another teacher with me. She is Miss Niranji.
Hello, Miss Latika. How are you today?
I'm very well. How about you, Miss Niranji?
I'm fine. And how is your family?
My family, they are all very well. You know, as we all are at home these days, they have started to watch cricket matches.
Really?
Yes, that has become a hobby among us now.
Really? At our home also, the situation is the same. And by the way, Miss Latika, who is your favorite cricketer?
Oh, my favorite cricketer. Actually, Miss Niranji, I'm not going to tell you the name of my favorite cricketer now. But I will give you some clues. You have to listen to them and then I think you will be able to guess who my favorite cricketer is.
Okay.
Children, you too can listen to me and then you also can guess who my favorite cricketer is. I'm sure that you will be quicker than Miss Niranji.
Okay, let's see.
Yes, he was a cricketer in our Sri Lankan cricket team. He was born in Matale and he is tall, he has black hair and he has a dark skin. When he was a cricketer, he practiced every day. And I believe he has a strong character. When he was batting, he was in the top player of the batting order. Not only that, when he was in the field, he was one of the important cricketer in the field as well. He was one of the best wicket keepers of our cricket team. Not only that, he has captained our Sri Lankan team. I think he is gift of our mother Sri Lanka.
Miss Latika, I think I know who your favorite cricketer is. Shall I tell you?
Yes, sure.
Is that Mr. Kumar Sangakkara?
Of course, he is Kumar Sangakkara. Now you can see his detail and his photograph on the slide. On top of the photograph, you can see Kumar Sangakkara, cricketer and Matale. That is his name, profession or job, where he comes from. In another word, we can say, there we had tried to describe his personal information. Then I described his physical appearance. There I told that he is tall, he has black hair and he has a dark skin. That is his physical appearance. Next, I moved to his daily routine where I told that he practiced his cricket every day. Finally, I came to my ideas about Mr. Sangakkara. What do you think about the person? Right. Thus, we described Kumar Sangakkara. When we are describing a person, we can use this information in our description. Name, profession or job, where he comes from, that is his personal information. Then the physical appearance, about his routine and habits can be the third one. Finally, we can come to our point of view. Yes, children, you can remember this plan. This is going to be our plan throughout today. We'll move to the next slide now. Yes, Miss Niranji, there's a photo on the slide. What can you tell about this picture?
I think he's a postman. Am I correct?
Yes, he is. Shall we try to find out some information about this postman?
Okay. He is Mr. Nihal. He must be from Talpavila. And we know that he is a postman.
Yes, Mr. Nihal, Talpavila, postman. These can be personal information about this postman. We'll try to put these information into sentences.
Mr. Nihal lives with his parents in Talpavila in the southern province. He is a postman who works at the Veligama post office.
Right, children. I think you had a look at this slide. Here we have described the personal information of Mr. Nihal. We'll now move to his physical appearance. What can you tell about his physical appearance, Niranji?
I think he's tall and he has black hair. And also he has a moustache.
What is moustache? Moustache means, children, the stripe of hair we find on top of the upper lip of a person, of a man. Moustache is what Mr. Nihal has. Look at the slide and try to understand what moustache is.
Miss Latika, what is beard?
Beard is the hair that is grown around the lower part of a man, is known as beard. Right, beard and moustache. Right. We'll go to the description now.
Mr. Nihal is a tall man with black hair. He is a little dark in complexion and he has a moustache.
Right. Children, we look into his physical appearance. Miss Niranji, can you tell me what is our next task is now?
We have to describe about his daily routine.
Daily routine. Yes, children. And Miss Niranji, can you tell me something about his daily routine?
He's a postman.
Yes.
So, I think that he has to go from house to house to deliver letters all around the village.
Of course. He starts his work early in the morning and then first he reports to the post office and collects the letters that he has to deliver on the particular day. Then he starts delivering letters. Right, children, we'll move to the next slide to see his daily routine.
Every weekday and on Saturday, he gets up early in the morning and starts his work.
First, he reports to the post office and then collects the letters he has to deliver for the day.
Next, he visits a number of houses and all the villagers wait for him.
He delivers mail by his bicycle and brings letters, postcards and parcels to us.
He finishes his work in the afternoon around 2 o'clock.
Fine, children. I think now you understood how we are writing the daily routine of a person. Now you have to notice in every sentence we have used the simple present tense to describe his daily routine, because you know that when we are describing daily routine or habits, we have to use simple present tense. Fine. Now we have come to the end of the presentation on Mr. Nihal. What are we going to write at last, Miss Niranji?
Now we have to tell about our opinion regarding that person.
Why not? We'll move to that.
I think he is a very busy person, but he always looks happy and cheerful. While delivering letters, he never forgets to share a kind word with us.
All right, children. Now we have been writing sentences about Mr. Nihal. And now we'll try to put these sentences into paragraphs and try to make it in an organized way. We'll move to the next slide to do that.
Mr. Nihal lives with his parents in Talpavila in the southern province. He is a postman who works at the Valigama post office.
Mr. Nihal is a tall man with black hair. He is a little dark in complexion and he has a moustache. In these two paragraphs, we have discussed about Mr. Nihal's personal details, and in the second paragraph, we wrote about Mr. Nihal's physical appearance.
Every weekday and on Saturday, he gets up early in the morning and starts his work. First, he reports to the post office and then collects the letters he has to deliver for the day. Next, he visits a number of houses and all the villagers wait for him. He delivers mail by bicycle and brings letters, postcards and parcels to us. He finishes his work in the afternoon around 2 o'clock.
I think he is a very busy person, but he is always happy and cheerful. While delivering letters, he never forgets to share a kind word with us. Right, children, now we have come to the end of Mr. Nihal's description. I think you have understood how to write a description about a person. We'll now move to an interesting activity. Look at the slide, children. There is a grid. On top of the grid, certain words are given. We are to categorize the words given on the top. Let's read the words first.
Young, well-built, tall, big round eyes, long hair, old, short, round face, straight hair, brown eyes, middle-aged, oval, medium height, tan, blue eyes, fair, dark, short hair, slim.
We'll next pay our attention on the headings of each column. Age. Age means when we are referring to a person, we can talk about the person's age, whether he is an old person or a young person, likewise. Build. Build means the structure of a person. Height, of course, you know what height is. You are talking about his height, whether the person is tall or short. Face, the shape of the face. Eyes, you understand. Skin, the color of the skin. Hair, you can talk about the person's hair. Right, we'll get together and fill in the grid. First word,
young,
goes with age.
Well-built,
goes with build. Well-built means if a person has strong muscles, we can say that person is a well-built person.
Tall
is to describe height.
Big round eyes,
to describe eyes.
Long hair,
yes, goes with hair.
Old
with age.
Short
is to describe the height.
Round face
describes the shape of our face.
Straight hair
describes our hair.
Brown eyes,
yes, some people have brown eyes.
Middle-aged,
middle-aged means the word is to describe the age. If you are in between 45 to 65, if a person is between 45 to 65, that person is a middle-aged person. Oval,
medium height, tan
is to describe the skin color.
Blue eyes, fair
describes our skin.
Dark,
once again it describes our skin color.
Short hair,
to describe someone's hair.
Slim,
Slim. What is the meaning of the word slim, children? Slim means if you are attractively thin, then you are slim. Fine. Now, children, this is something very important for you to memorize, because this can be used when you are describing the physical appearance of any person. You can use the words given in the table. So, try to remember them and use when you have to use them. Fine. We'll move to our next slide. Miss Niranji, what can you tell about this girl?
She's a pretty girl with a lovely smile.
Of course. Let's find out her name.
Of course. She is Radha.
Let's write a description about this person, little girl. First, we can write about her name, hometown, and what she is. Then we can move to a physical description about the girl. Thirdly, we can write about her daily routine or habits. Finally, we can write what we think of the girl. Let's move to the next slide to start with our work. Yes, children, now again we have a photograph of Radha. Around Radha, there are certain words and phrases. We'll read them and see what each these words and phrases tell us about Radha. First word, Radha. That's her name.
Kind-hearted and helpful, looks happy and relaxed.
That hints us about our feelings about Radha, I think. Next,
Oval face.
that gives physical appearance of Radha.
Slim.
Once again, physical appearance.
Goes to school every day. Cleans the classroom. Waters plants.
What do you think, children? I think those hints at her daily routine.
Vihara Mahadevi Balika Vidyalaya, Badulla.
That tells us about her personal information.
Badulla.
She is from Badulla.
Dark.
That tells us once again about her physical appearance.
Smile.
Again, we can describe her physical appearance using the word smile. Fine, children. We'll see whether our answers are correct. To describe her name, hometown, and what she is, we can use the words and phrases Radha, Badulla, student, Vihara Mahadevi Balika Vidyalaya Badulla.
To describe physical appearance, we can use the words slim, oval face, smile, and dark.
When we are talking about her daily routine and habits, we can talk about these facts. Goes to school every day, cleans the classroom, waters plants.
To describe our opinions about Radha, we can take the phrases kind-hearted and helpful, looks happy and relaxed.
Fine. Let's move to the next slide to discuss about this girl in detail. First, we are writing about Radha's personal information.
The girl in the picture is Radha. She is from Badulla. She is a student of Vihara Mahadevi Balika Vidyalaya, Badulla.
Fine. Now we can talk about her physical appearance.
She is a young girl. She is slim and her face is oval in shape. She is dark. She has a nice smile in her face.
In this slide, we talked about Radha's personal information as well as her physical appearance. Now we can move to her daily routine as well as our opinion about Radha. We'll move to the next slide. About her daily routine and habits.
Radha goes to school early in the morning. She cleans her classroom with her friends. She does her work well. In the evening, she waters the plants in her flower bed.
Finally, we are going to talk about our opinion about Radha.
Radha seems to be a happy and joyful girl. She is a kind-hearted girl. She has lots of friends and she always helps them.
Yes, children. Now, we talked about Radha, about her personal information, physical appearance, and then her daily routine, and finally we spoke of her, what we think of Radha. We have thus come to the end of the description of Radha. We have one more activity. We'll move to that now. There is another person. What can you tell about him?
He looks like an elderly person and he's writing something. He must be an educated person.
Yeah, you can see some information about Mr. Bandara. We'll read them first. Mr. Bandara,
Writer,
Anuradhapura,
elderly,
tall,
well built,
moustache and beard,
glasses,
educated.
imaginative. Miss, what is the meaning of educated?
Educated means if you have studied on a particular subject, you are an educated person on that particular subject.
Okay. And what is the meaning of imaginative?
Imaginative means if you are good at creating things, interesting and exciting things, then you are imaginative.
Thank you.
Fine. I think you can understand all the words in this slide, so that we'll move to the next slide to do an interesting activity. Here, children, you can see two paragraphs with some blanks. The words that are necessary for the blanks are given on top of the two paragraphs. We'll read the words first and then we'll try to find the answers for the blanks.
Mr. Bandara wears tall, Anuradhapura, fair, writer, pointed, square, elderly, well built.
We'll fill in the blanks. As a help, we have given certain clues on the blank. So it is easy for you to find the answer, my dear children. This is name.
Mr. Bandara,
He is from town.
Anuradhapura,
He is a profession we have to find.
writer,
He writes novels, short stories and articles. He is an something related with age.
elderly,
He is an elderly man. He seems to be a
well built,
well-built man. He is, we have to talk about height,
tall,
tall and has a face, the shape of a face,
square face,
square face. He has a nose,
pointed nose,
pointed nose. Mr. Bandara, we have to find a verb.
wears
He has a moustache and a beard. I think he is
fair.
fair. We'll read these two paragraphs before we go to the next slide. These two paragraphs describe about Mr. Bandara's personal information and his physical appearance. This is Mr. Bandara. He is from Anuradhapura. He is a writer. He writes novels, short stories and articles.
He is an elderly man. He seems to be a well-built man. He is tall and has a square face. He has a pointed nose. Mr. Bandara wears glasses. He has a moustache and a beard. I think he is fair.
Let's move to the next slide to talk about his daily routine and our ideas about Mr. Bandara. Here too we have a few sentences with blanks. The words which are necessary for the blanks are given under the two paragraphs. We read them first.
Works till late night, educated, walks, imaginative, wakes.
He
Wakes up.
wakes up early in the morning and
Works till late night.
in his leisure time he
Walks down his lane.
I think Mr. Bandara is an
Educated person.
he looks like an
Imaginative person.
Yes, children. Now we'll read these two paragraphs as well. He wakes up early in the morning and works till late night. In his leisure time, he walks down his lane.
I think Mr. Bandara is an educated person. He looks like an imaginative person.
Yes, children. Thus, we have come to the end of our lesson. And I think you all enjoyed the lesson. To summarize, we'll move to the next slide. Today we learned how to describe a person. When we are describing a person, first we are talking about the person's personal information. Then we talk about physical appearance. Next, about his routine and habits. And finally, we are giving our opinion. Now children, this is one way of describing a person. As you all are creative, you all can think of some other plan when you are describing a person. You should not stick to this. This is not a hard and fast rule to follow when you are describing a person. Anyway, I think you enjoyed the lesson and hope to meet you in another interesting lesson. Till then, goodbye.